I'm sorry, what was that?
Your beard smells terrific.
Beard, as in the sense I'm the front for a relationship when I'm actually gay.
Yeah.
I'm a beard.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're back. It's episode 46. We've had a long discussion since...
We are back.
We are back again.
We are back.
Yeah, we've had a long discussion. We've gone through a few things. I have
Locked in a few cases.
You've probably seen this already if you're a super fan, but I just posted on the Facebook wall. We were just testing out the giant roadie case that is going to transport all the podcast equipment to various guests and things. And yeah, vote now on whether I should have opened it or not, just left it shut and let the lesbian co-host fucking suffocate.
It was really scary in there. To be fair, I went in willing and I came out a victim.
Did you really? Were you getting worried?
There was a split second, yeah.
I couldn't.
Because you just get the fear, don't you?
I couldn't oh god, you've not seen it, but there's a film called The Vanishing from 1992. It's about like burying people alive and shit.
Oh god.
And the film ends on a massive downer when the hero has been looking for the serial killer, finally catches him, and then gets like outsmarted, and he wakes up in the coffin, and then it just ends there. So he's just going to suffocate to death 6 foot under the ground. He's not going to punch his way out like fucking Uma Thurman, mind you. They remade it with Kiefer Sutherland. I think it's a 1994 film, also called The Vanishing, also directed by George Schluser, which is the director of the original Vanishing, which country of origin escapes me.
Do you know that's another way that people can end up like having weird kind of like sexual kind of like fantasy?
I think only if you're very young if that happens. All that stuff imprints then, doesn't it?
Yeah. I watched this really interesting documentary by Nick Broomfield about
Kurt and Courtney?
S&M. And it's about this place in America. I think it's like on 5th Avenue or something. And it's called Pandora's Box. And it's like a madam's house. And they're talking to this one particular guy. And he's like this big banker. And obviously his face is like completely blacked out and whatever. And he was saying about how when he was a kid, him and his mates used to go to the woods and they'd like play this game about how they'd have to like hide someone. And he was one of the times he had to be like buried alive. And now he's got this really weird fetish, and he's had this like custom made like rubber suit. He looks like a catfish, and it has these two, the only like holes in this whole suit are these two like tubes, these two like thin tubes that like come out like of like the face bit.
So he can barely breathe.
Yeah, so he can barely breathe. So this chick, she's literally just constricting and like. And
they have those for working out.
So weird, man.
Restricted breathing things. I think Bas Rutten developed one. He was like a famous MMA. Karate champion from Holland.
That whole thing of not being able to breathe has never really got me like in a sexual way. No. Like choking's quite hot, but that's because of the whole for me that's the abuse thing.
Well, I spoke to a lady in a fetish club once, and I was like, "What's the big thing about rubber?" She's like, "Well, my dad used to work in like a rubber factory that used to make like mattress covers for like incontinent people." She's like, "The smell of the, I guess, rubber imprinted on me as a kid, so I'm like really into rubber."
Yeah, but her dad worked for it.
Oh, well, actually, at the time, I didn't think to ask that, but we should have got into that and gone, so, tell me about your father.
Tell me about your father's rubber.
We've just... should we start the show?
Yeah, okay, let's start the show. Hit the music!
Boom.
Howdy, stranger.
Don't say howdy, stranger, to me.
I'll be back.
Gone squatching.
Yeah. I'm actually, we can talk about that now.
Let's talk about it.
I'm
what
wearing
are you
a hat.
wearing?
I'm actually wearing, if anyone's listening, I should have said if anyone cares, because like if anyone's listening, it makes it sound like no one's actually listens to our show, which they probably don't. Finding Bigfoot is an American TV show from the Discovery Channel, and one of the people on Finding Bigfoot is a guy called Bobo. James Bobo Fay, and he's one of the Bigfoot hunters along with Matt Moneymaker and the Bigfoot Research Group. Cliff Barrettman is Banana. I'm actually wearing, it's not even the real one, it's the knockoff of that hat, because Bobo wears a baseball cap, a mesh trucker one with Gone Squatching on it, and I'm wearing that hat right now.
It's really fucking cool, I'm not going to lie.
And the official one isn't as good as this, because it hasn't got the silhouette of a Bigfoot in the O of the Gone Squatching.
That is the best thing about it.
That's what kind of swung the vote. And like it was $20 for the Discovery Channel official version, which is only in green, mind you, or the Etsy version, which is like literally
Etsy.
You know what? I think it's a gambling visor with like one of those Jewish hats sewn to it. It's not like a proper hat.
A skull cap.
It's a bit of a knockoff. Just Google Gone Squatching Hat.
I wonder if you can get like a squatching
I got the black one.
A squatching skull cap. Squatch cap. Oh my god!
No, that'd be Gone Kosher.
Oh my god, dude, that's amazing!
And it'd be a rabbi
Catch a
like
Jew.
doing a lolloping walk in the O of Kosher. Or Gone.
Gold robbing.
I couldn't sell it to you cheaper if you were my own mother.
love
Hoi.
You don't bring the Jew out half enough.
I don't.
Ron Moody,
Ron
massively
Moody,
overshone
yeah.
fucking by Christopher Lee.
This year's Farrah Fawcett.
I know. What the fuck, man?
Lots of stuff attached to Christopher Lee, who had this like massive career. He was in the original version of the SAS, allegedly, so he says.
I liked him in The Wicker Man.
Yeah, it's Lord Summerisle. Yeah.
He was good in that.
What about Scaramanga, the man with the third nipple?
Ooh.
A third nipple, sir. And Roger Moore's got like the third nipple.
Oh, fucking Roger Moore.
You know, in All Saints, Mallrats. Oh God, how did I get that wrong?
Jesus Christ.
In Mallrats, there's like the crazy like soothsayer lady. What's she? The
Oh, she's like a Mystic Meg.
yeah, who's got like the tarot cards, and she's got the
Seance
third
lady.
nipple. When she peels it off and eats it. I really wanted Roger Moore to eat the nipple in The Man with the Golden Gun when he like took his shirt off. Hello, sir. I've got a third nipple.
Yes.
So yeah, Christopher Lee was in, of course, in Lord of the Rings.
I know. What the fuck? He's dead, man.
He was in
Hammer Horrors.
the Hammer horror films as Dracula.
Devil Rides Out. I swear he's in The Devil Rides Out.
I think actually he's the first modern incarnation of Frankenstein's monster when the movies started going colour.
Really?
I think Frankenstein.
Well, he played Frankenstein or the monster.
No, he was the creature. Peter Cushing was Frankenstein.
I was going to say.
But Christopher Lee was the creature.
Mental.
And yeah, I think that's the first colour Frankenstein. So there you go.
There you go, kids.
Count Dooku in Star Wars. He did a heavy metal album released when he was 88 years old.
Fuck off.
Have you not heard his heavy metal album?
No.
I heard it ages ago, then forgot about it, and they put a post for it on. God,
Is
what
it bad?
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh god! Why do they do it?
Well, they probably paid him a bunch
Just
of
stop
money. I guess.
milking those cows, man.
Well, actually, you know, I think it would have worked. I just don't think the band in question really were that great a heavy metal band. So, for me,
Oh, Christopher.
as we scroll down a post. Oh, Gremlins 2, of course. He was the mad
Gremlins
scientist.
2.
Yeah, you've
Well
not
done.
seen it, have you?
I have seen Gremlins 2, you fuck monkey.
Although, I mean, this picture here on IMDb, not IMDb, sorry, Ain't It Cool News, in the Christopher Lee
That's like one of the Rat Pack.
tribute. That's Sammy Davis
Is
Jr.
that, it is Sammy Davis Jr.
That's Sammy D, motherfucker.
That's Sammy D, motherfucker! With
Yeah,
Vincent.
what film is that, though?
That looks like some kind of Dracula movie.
Pirates of the Blood River? Devil Ship Pirates?
musical!
Have you seen Name Your Poison, the Christopher Lee song? I think I sent this to you, didn't you?
No,
we
you
can play a
didn't.
little bit now.
What is this? Is this actually a music video?
Thank you.
Name Your Poison.
This is Name Your Poison, a song performed by Christopher Lee.
He's not singing.
This is the bartender song, Ellie.
Better than Cocktail.
To begin with, it was
Although it's slightly backfired. I think you should have been singing by now. Now we're just like, we've started just the scene.
Well done, Ethan.
during which you did rather overdo Napoleon. And most recently,
Get on with it.
fine Kentucky bourbon. Say that I'm old-fashioned, très fan ordinaire. That I want a fresh Manhattan with white Anglo-Saxons everywhere. A black Russians, no pink lady, give her the Singapore sling. And Moscow Mule is not your baby, so highball the vodka and name your sting. Be a big shot with a bull shot, be a swine, meet the vine. Have a shot on a
It is a bit Rocky
or
Horror.
a snort of any sort. Pastis woman.
Just when I thought I couldn't dislike alcohol anymore. This is so Rocky Horror.
It really is.
Yeah.
I got some economic hops, a gin and tonic on the
One on the right.
rocks, where angels fear to tread. I say, choose your booze, let's hit the red eye. Think of young together.
I was just looking at the thighs. I've gone
There we
really
go.
bad for
Sorry
legs
about
recently.
that. Went on for a bit long. But yeah, it's very
Yeah, it's a massive rip-off of Rocky Horror. Done bad.
We didn't get to the chorus. That went on for too long. I
It went
apologise
far
to the
too
listener.
long.
We'll put plural in brackets in case there's more than one listener. So
He's dead.
he's dead. He's dead now.
Anyway, Terminator.
Yeah, let's do a show on the Terminator. We're only like fucking 10 minutes into the
10
goddamn
minutes
show.
in.
We've talked about suitcases and Christopher Lee singing.
And the Sasquatch.
Yeah, we are. In fact, we should. It's episode 46. I should have said that already. And we're going from 1 hour 28 minutes in to 1 hour 30 minutes in.
And we're starting on this incredible fucking screenshot where you've just got like the light of the top of the
Which will be on the
wheel.
SoundCloud, but
Yeah.
it was such a good shot. We nicked it as the first.
So good,
second
and you've just
scene.
got the Terminator with his like weird green, blue, moldy skin and his like LED eye.
Yeah.
So awesome. That's what my brother basically went to a party as.
Well, the eye's an interesting thing because I think if you
The eyes are the windows to the soul, Ethan.
no, but they changed the look of the Terminator between this and the second film.
How do you mean?
From every subsequent Terminator, from 2 onwards, the eye socket,
Whoa, dodgy head.
the close-up of the eye when he's looking at the eye, I think, when he, like with that awful rubber head of Arnold, they did a supersized version of the head with just the eye, which is like a foot across. And the actual eyeball is like a camera lens on a stalk almost, like it's a cylindrical thing.
Yeah.
In Terminator 2 and that one, it's kind of like a round eyeball with a dot in it that moves around and looks. It's kind of
Okay.
strange. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's the rubber head.
That's the rubber head.
But having said that, that actually looks alright. That's him. And then they do the close-up shots. That's
The
the
rubber
rubber
head
head.
looks really quite good, I think.
It's to show that the depth and all
They've
the
still
tearing
got the
and
same
stuff.
sad face. The epic, like
I
MDMA
think if it was
sad
lit
face.
properly, it kind of worked. I just think the eyelashes.
The eye,
they put
the
on
eye's a
rubber
bit
head.
droopy. The eye's too far down.
What do you mean?
Well, look at that. His eyes should be there. His socket is there. The red bit is there.
God, Stan Winston's trying his hardest, and you just shit all over
I
his
know, I'm
work.
such a cunt.
The man is
aren't
dead, Lisa.
I? Please, Lisa.
I don't know. I still
I
think.
would
Well,
like to Terminator.
why did you talk with the lamb's voice? Yeah, I think the rubber head looks alright in there. I think if they lit it properly, just such an awful the rubber head.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh dear!
dun,
Did you see
dun,
that,
dun,
Eleanor?
dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Nice touch that they put a light LED on the stuntman's eye.
Indeed,
long
as he's
shots.
driving the long shot.
So there's that. There's this thing sticking off the front of the truck's bumper. We're at 1 minute,
Are
1
they
hour
pulling
29.
it along?
By the look of it, yeah, but it looks like the cable snapped.
Oh dear.
Because I think here, just before the pipe bomb, before the fuse goes right into the bomb and the truck explodes, you see the wire on the truck.
Oh my god,
Did
you
you
just
see
saw
it?
it then.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I guess you would.
It's amazing what you can see when you loop something again and again and again and again.
We've done nothing but loop fucking things for the last 3 months. When did we start this? Was it 2 months ago?
I think it's longer than that now.
So I think
March.
we did 30 in
April,
one
May, June.
block, didn't we, in like 2 weeks?
Yeah, that was intense, dude.
And I was like, I know, I'll put 30 out in one block and that will just give us a presence on the internet, which it didn't. And then...
And then you went to Thailand for 2 weeks
No,
and then had a baby.
We did another 10, and then I think we put them out as a block. We did 10 as a block, then we did another
Block.
10, block. We did
We'll
10
put them
with
out
Joe.
as a block.
And then I thought, you know what? Maybe we should just do 5 and release them daily. And actually, having said that, when we started releasing things daily, it actually was better because people went, oh, it's a constant tap on the shoulder to anyone.
Indeed,
ether.
because anyone that goes onto SoundCloud on the regular, like, notice
Are
it
we in
comes up in
Liverpool
their
again?
feed.
What are you doing, John?
You can't do it.
What? I'm doing John Lennon.
No, you just sound like you've got bad sinuses.
That's what John Lennon sounded like. Paul, come in here. She's trying to do a Liverpudlian accent. What do you think of that shot there? That's the rubber head again. Oh, she
The
likes
rubber
it.
heads will really like
I
it.
think she likes the Beatles accent. It's the only good one I do.
No, I think your baby's pretty good.
My Bowie.
Your baby.
I don't believe you.
Your baby. Your labyrinth.
Actually, the listeners know this, but I went to Abbey Road Studios.
And why'd you do that?
In the same room I recorded all my Sgt. Pepper albums in with George Martin, who became Sir, incidentally.
And what poor musical sap was playing the night you were working?
James Bay.
Oh dear.
James Bay. I can't say that as John Lennon.
What do you think of the rubber head in this shot, Ellie? I think it really does show you into the skull. They've never really achieved that. There's a freeze frame. I've just freeze framed it.
This
at
is really
1 hour,
cool.
29 and 50 seconds. There's a side view of Arnold,
It's
the
almost like
rubber
a
head.
cross section.
It is, but you can see right into the head. They never really achieved that again, even in all the sequels, really. There's that awful CG shot when Arnold steps out of the burning helicopter wreck at nearly the end of Terminator 3, which they use in a lot of the promotional material when like you see literally half the skull on his head. It looks really shit, though.
I haven't seen that one. But I will watch it, Spoldner. I have read your comments and
You've seen 3?
Oh wait, that's 4, isn't it? Salvation. Yeah. I have seen 3.
I was trying to do it before we left, but she didn't want to do it. She was like, "Ugh, podcast again." I was going to do Beryl Salvation.
Beryl Salvation.
Which was gonna be the
Beryl
fourth part.
loved it.
She did. Oh, she was drunk around power.
I was gonna
when
say,
I got up on the
power
Saturday
drunk.
morning, she's like, "What fan mail? Is there any more fan mail?"
Fan mail. Fan mail.
Yeah.
Mail.
She's like, "I've never been touched by a man for 30 years, but I've been touched by the listeners."
Oh my god.
Sorry, Mum.
Hi, Beryl.
Da-da-da-da.
The woman that made this all possible.
Yeah, the
No, I
rubber
think
head's good.
this is really good. I like it. Why can't you buy that as a bust? Whenever you get them, it's always just the endoskeleton. Why can't you get it where it's like half and half?
Yeah. Well, my issue with the Terminator, I said this in an earlier episode, every time the Terminator gets damaged, it's always one eye gets torn off. It's like a trope, and they should break that and have him rip somewhere else.
Yeah, but that's the kind of thing that makes it. I don't know.
I know it's like a classic
That's
image.
the thing that makes you think he's a robot, because if you rip off a bit of this and you like of his arm, and it's like, yeah, that's just a bit of metal, that's a bit of metal. But the eye, that's a really important part, and it's got the little red LED.
But it's every time a Terminator gets damaged, even in Terminator Genesis, when he goes, "I've been waiting for you."
Well, it's like watch a Bruce Lee movie.
And
At some point, his fucking top's gonna get ripped off.
Yeah. No, I understand that. It just seems like a trope, the same way there's so many tropes in the Jurassic Park films where there's like the lead character and he's got his arms out and slightly down into the back and he's like holding people back behind him as they face velociraptors.
Let me at him. Let me at him.
Sam Neill did it in the first one. Jeff Goldblum did it in the second one. Sam Neill probably did it in the third one. Chris Pratt does it in the fourth one.
Do you not think it looks almost this kind of like weird rubber head thing? Kind of looks like one of those paper mache like things that they put in those like weird museums that you went to as a kid. Like, you know, when you go on those school trips and you go to like a Victorian like manor house and they like show you like, oh, so this is where
How things used to be.
Yeah, exactly. And you'd get some really
What, everyone was made of paper mache?
some really terrifying paper mache like model of like a fucking like a bellboy or something like that, and they'd always I don't know, they used to
I
really
want a paper
freak me
mache
out.
bellboy. What do
They're
you
really
mean?
scary. They should use those in horror
They
movies.
should use those, shouldn't they, Paul?
Yeah, they fucking should.
Who are you supposed to be educating Rita?
I fucking love that film.
So do I.
That's a really good one.
Anyway, I want a film.
So, pipe bomb.
Pipe bomb just before it explodes, and then we see the thing pulling the truck.
And Sarah's pegging it.
The rubber head
Bless
hits the other
her.
car.
Why does Kyle let her fend for herself at this point?
So there's the one.
He's jumped into the skip.
Yeah, he's like, fuck Sarah Connor.
I fucked her now. I'm gonna fuck off.
Da-na-na-na.
I travelled back in time to give you my seed.
Seed. Demon Seed. Have you seen Demon Seed, Ellie?
No.
It's a 1973 like future shock sci-fi film. It's really dated now, but it's got Julie Christian, and her inventor husband invents like this artificial intelligence, and he starts it off in his own house as like, oh, would you like the TV on, sir? Shall I cook dinner, sir? So all the equipment in the house is like automated. So he goes out on holiday or goes to work. Exactly, it's like Pee-wee's house at the start of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, but evil. And
Wow.
when the dude's out, the computer has this idea of merging human tissue with machine, and it rapes the woman.
Why have I not seen this movie?
And she gives
Robots and rape.
she gives birth to this like awful special effects robot baby at the end.
Oh my god, dude, this sounds like my.
And
This could it be up there with Labyrinth and Fright Night for me?
no,
Oh.
because
It's
I think
robots, rape, and
I think like a lot of sci-fi in the 70s American cinema.
has it got an epic 80s synthy soundtrack?
No, it's 70s. So it's like really grim, really gritty, really like down, because like the 70s, but American cinema was very like Vietnam and stuff. And yeah, the robot creates this like hexagonal Rubik's cube thing that like comes apart into these like things like a snake, and it wraps around people and just crushes them.
Sounds amazing.
That disturbed me as a kid because it gets this guy who's trying to rescue the woman. It like goes around and it just closes slowly and his head just goes boop and pops off. It was so horrible as a kid.
Oh.
Well, I mean, now we've got the internet. We started off with like rotten.com in 2003, and now you can see
Rotten.com.
any like fucking Al Qaeda ISIS execution video and all awful stuff. I think we're now like used to all that kind of weirdness, aren't we? So, but then the guy's head popping off.
That was Ethan crushing the empty box of milk tray. He's not gassing off again.
What do you mean, Allie? I live in Kansas. There's a tray of milk on the table. Milk tray is a Cadbury's
Do you
chocolate
want some
brand.
black milk, sir?
It's what you give your wife when she's caught you with your secretary's pants in your blazer pocket.
Milk fucking tray. It's the worst box of chocolates you could be ever given.
Yeah, Galaxy's
Ever.
But yeah, Demon Seed, it has this wacky idea, and it just keeps her in the house. When
Download
she
it.
tries to leave through the kitchen, it heats the floor so hot she can't run across it, so you can like fry an egg on it. It just traps her in this big like mansion.
That sounds amazing.
It
I
does
have
sound
to see
amazing.
this
It should be
movie.
remade.
No, I think I think the original would be better.
Another one you should watch is Saturn 3 with Harvey Keitel, Kirk Douglas, and Farrah Fawcett. It's a 1970.
Farrah.
The interesting thing about Saturn 3, is it 1974? Sorry, we'll come back to Terminator. It's got a robot in it. We're going somewhere with this. Relax.
When Ethan says relax, it
I'm going to say Saturn
opposite.
3 is 74.
And this is about a robot.
Yeah, Harvey Keitel comes with this robot in a
What's
suitcase.
your favorite robot movie? Chappy.
Favorite robot movie? Can you say Star Wars?
No,
It's not about a robot.
It's not about a robot, but there
Alright.
are robots in it.
Favorite movie robots, I guess, apart from like R2D2 and the gay robot, the gold one. I guess Robbie the Robot from Forbidden Planet. He's cool.
Oh, okay.
I believe it promotes rust, sir. That was great. And what was the other one? Oh, Gort from Day the Earth Stood Still.
Gort was pretty
the original.
scary.
He's pretty badass.
What were the do you remember in the original Avengers with
Saturn 3 is 1980. Jesus.
what was her name? Diana Rigg and
The new Avengers, Gareth Hunt.
no, the old one with Diana Rigg.
Patrick
and,
McNee.
Yeah.
Hello.
What were the robots in that?
In the Avengers?
Yeah.
There wasn't.
There was a particular episode and there were these robots and they were really fucking scary.
Really?
Yeah. Shit, what was that?
Are you not thinking of the ball that chases them in the prisoner that stops
No,
them leaving?
that's the prisoner. No, that's something different. Do like the prisoner though. But no, there was one in particular, and they were really scary, and they were made to look like humans. They had like trilby hats on and stuff, but they were actually these fucking really scary robots. Oh
Right.
god, why isn't my computer on? Motherfucker.
Huey, Dewey and Louie from Silent Running, which is a 1973 film with Bruce Dern about a man who's transporting the last of the Earth's forests and ecology to a different star system. And there's 3 robots,
Oh,
which are an
wow.
obvious inspirement from
Environment.
There, look.
Ethan's actually a robot, and
How
his
cute is
batteries
that
are
robot?
waning. Oh, that is cute.
It's R2D2 inspired, I think. Silent Running.
See,
folks.
why can't we have videos like that on
Do you know how
fucking
they did that?
Facebook as opposed to kittens and
Do you know
fucking
how they
dogs?
did that?
How did they do it?
That was a mime or a gymnast inside, sitting with his legs crossed and using his arms to walk.
Oh, you know, I can very easily believe that. I can kind of do that a tiny bit.
Douglas Trumbull directed it. He was, of course, the special effects man who did the visual effects for...
Why didn't you get into special effects, Ethan?
I really wanted to. It was
I
my
know.
dream.
You
I wanted
should've
to do
done that.
animatronic special effects. But in England, when you're from some dust bowl nothing town, a bit like Luke Skywalker, and you've got a divorced parent, you've not really got, like, I guess.
Look what Arnold, and this is bringing it back. This is topical.
Only in America this can happen.
Look at what Arnold Schwarzenegger did.
But I would argue that Arnold Schwarzenegger got very lucky. There were several other bodybuilders out there that in the same era that could have taken off as well, and they tried, but only Arnold was the one that broke through.
So keep trying, babe. Keep trying.
I did. I do. I will. That's my quote from Henry V, Part 2. Bit of Shakespeare there for you. I can't believe Saturn 3 is 1980, because like Saturn 3 weirdly has got this like really weird 70s feel to it.
Who's she?
Farrah Fawcett.
Oh wow.
She's basically the wife or girlfriend of Kirk Douglas, and they're on this like space station.
She's got like I don't know. This section here looks a bit manly.
It does, like hairy legs.
Yeah.
Harvey Keitel's in it though, but Harvey Keitel like goes mad and tries to get with Farrah Fawcett and kill off Kirk Douglas, and then the robot kills him and tries to become him by like badly putting Harvey Keitel's head on his stick body neck. I remember watching it as a kid. It's quite good. But yeah, 1980 looks like a proper bad 70s sci-fi film. Well, as you know, Star Wars was the singularity in 70s cinema that like changed sci-fi, changed visual effects, apart from Saturn 3, and changed kind of movie making. Then we started having blockbusters. Well, I suppose Jaws started off the blockbuster period in 1975, and then I think you had, Close Encounters was 77, and then Star Wars was 77, and then boom, you were away, and like everyone wanted a thing. Superman went into production with its like split one first and second films of Richard
You still
Donner.
didn't answer my original question.
What was your original question?
What's your favourite robot? What's your favourite movie robot?
I suppose the most impactful movie robot and film on me as a kid, which no one's really heard of. Well, some people have, but it's the Black Hole, Disney's Black Hole, Vincent and Maximilian. But I think my favourite movie robot who you'd want as a friend in real life would be Vincent.
Oh, that little reassuring smile. I think that's the most genuine, like, childlike smile you've ever shown me.
You'd want a friend in real life, it would be Vincent.
Oh, dude. He's got, like, a little, like, tear in his eye. That was a genuine moment, man. Fucking hell. I feel like I get to know you as a person more when we talk on this podcast.
Well, I'm not locking you in suitcases and beating you up. And that's Vincent.
That was a beautiful moment. Yes, no, I have seen this little bad boy before.
But yeah, no, The Black Hole's like a really good, well, I think it's a good movie. I mean, it's really dated now and it's really shit. And they're hopefully remaking it with Joseph Kosinski, who directed Tron Legacy, and the other film that stuck with you that you hate because it's Tom Cruise was Oblivion. He wrote and directed that.
No, I'm joking.
You keep snorting, but every time there's a Tom Cruise film in it, sticks with you, Ellie.
I hate you, schmooze, you bastard.
Rock of Ages got to you.
Stop it.
But yeah, The Black Hole's got a really bizarre and
How
surreal...
will I sleep tonight?
Probably with thinking of Tom Cruise. The Black Hole's got a really bizarre and weird ending for like I guess is it a U? I think no. In England it was a U. In America I guess it's probably a PG or an A movie. But it's got a really dark, weird, creepy ending. Right? Like everyone dies in it and stuff, and it's like a kids movie. Well, do they die? It's really surreal. But do they really die? They go into the black hole and all this crazy shit happens, and you interpret or impress upon it what you think. But yeah, that's my favourite movie robot. Mostly also because he's voiced by who? Peter Vincent from Fright Night. Roddy McDowall.
No way!
Yeah, he played Cornelius and then Caesar in the Planet of the Apes movies.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, there's some more fucking trivia for you. Well done, Ethan.
Thank you.
Really coming into your own.
Thank you.
Well done. So what the hell's going on in this scene? Oh, this is where Orion actually wanted to end the movie. Was the explosion of the truck?
The truck.
That's what they wanted it to end, but they said no.
Cameron fought.
Cameron fought, hammer and tong, cog and
said the thing Stan Winston really didn't want to hear was, I want a stop motion Ray Harryhausen-esque Terminator rising from the flames.
Exactly, and I want to put another scene in it with
the,
more machines.
The iconic image, which I think we're not going to see, it's actually in the next episode, will be when obviously the Terminator collapses into the fire and falls down, the flesh burns off his body. Water. And he stands up again out of the fire. That is the
Phoenix from the flames.
No, but that's the nightmare image that James Cameron woke up from in Rome when he was, I think, trying to sell a script.
Oh my god, yes! No, I remember that was on trivia, wasn't it?
I think he was on holiday. No, he was on a trip. I think with Roger Corman. He was trying to sell a script for, I think, was it Terminator? No, not Terminator. 'cause
Was it
that's the other-
Alien?
No, I think he was working on Piranha 2 and trying to get that off the ground.
Okay.
But he had the idea, he had this dream of this unstoppable robot that wouldn't leave him alone, chasing him, rising out of the flames. And that image, which we'll come to in the next episode, which has just ruined the whole
It's fine.
thread.
We can talk about it then. But right now, we're watching again. Kyle.
Basically, we're just watching the truck explode.
Yeah.
Carl just thinking,
Kyle thinking, I
fuck
fuck
this.
this bitch. I'll fucking put this pipe bomb in this exhaust. Done. Boom. Literally.
boom.
Boom.
And there
I've
we
seen
have
the
it.
oysters. I'm out.
Reese out.
Reset. But no, it is. Yeah, this is where they actually wanted to end it. Orion were quite keen on that, but no.
Do you have anything more to add? Well,
No.
we
No,
did
I
30
don't.
minutes.
I know.
We should do 15-minute episodes and have like an entire week's done, but we just get lost in the woods and go, oh, we've been talking for 2 hours.
Sorry.
No, it's great. It's good. It's fine. It's just, the listeners must love it.
Sauce, not sauce.
It's more for them to listen to. It's just like, then you got to go, we've got to do another episode.
I know.
So we'll see you on the next one for the iconic stuff.
I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm stupid in my head. I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I have big square hair.